Raider Reaction is for mature audiences only. So if you can't stand the heat, stay away from the fire.
It's another beautiful day to be a Raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield, I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation, and you come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And where is that, might you ask? Well, let me give you some simple directions in case you've had a few adult beverages, some herbal refreshments, or God knows what else after that game. It's just down the street, past the house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop on the corner and ask my man Joe. He's a gentleman and a scholar, as well as a man of commerce. He'll point you in the right direction. You're going to take a left and then a right. And as you find yourself strolling down the street, you'll pass a deep, dark alley to your immediate right. As you stroll past it, a cool breeze will hit you and chill you right to your skeletal core. Is it the autumn wind? You goddamn right. Should you venture down that alley? Well, of course you should, because what you're going to find at the end is a special little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction. And this is the official post-game reaction with yours truly. I just watched it. So did you. What is my initial thoughts? Well, I'm sure it's probably not a hell of a lot different than what the rest of you are thinking. What the hell did I just watch? It's probably somewhere along the common thread. The one positive, most of us would probably say, hey, I thought it would have been worse. Honestly, isn't that the one thing you would take from this? I thought it was going to be worse. Well, that is it. If that's the best thing we got to say about this game, man, that pretty much sums up the season right there. That sums it up. You start out, you sputter out of the gate, you roll the dice, you get the big fake punt, and then you get nothing out of it. Your defense makes a stop when you got them pinned deep, you get great field position, and you get nothing out of it. You get 3 points when you should have realistically had 14 and been able to step on the throat of a team that's way better than you right out of the gate. Couldn't even do that. Couldn't even start out on a good foot. The best thing you can say about today's game is what? Doug Martin? I mean, I guess that's the best thing you can say, but if you gave the ball to, wouldn't you like to see a little more Richard? I started to see some spark at the end of the game a little bit when you started to bring him in, but we just cannot finish drives. We cannot put points on the board. We cannot score touchdowns. Fumble in the red zone. Well, let's just run through it here, shall we? Let's just run through it. First drive. Turnover on downs. As we, all the way down, try some gadget play. Down there on 4th down, inside the 5. Turnover on downs. Then we get a field goal. Then we fumble in the red zone just as soon as we get there. Then we punt to end with our last possession at the end of the first half. Come out in the second half. Punt. Field goal. Turnover on downs. Game over. We cannot sustain drives. We cannot finish drives. There's brief moments where you think, oh, you're on the edge of your seat, and then, no. I don't know if anybody else saw it. It was for a very brief split second, and I'm going to go back and find the tape because I know right where it was at. John Gruden shot a look at Derek Carr at that last pass where we were down in the red zone with a chance to score, and Carr throws the pass towards the sideline, and it's almost taken to the other direction to the house on a pick 6 as that defensive back jumped that pass hard. The what the fuck look that John Gruden shot Derek Carr as he came to the sideline was the camera caught it for a split second as you see Gruden just look at him as he walked by. They just made this eye contact, and you could just see what the fuck was that? At moments during the game, Carr controlled the pocket, and he looked good. The same amount of time, he didn't control it, and he was erratic and all over the field. Guys dropped the ball today. Jordy Nelson was a non-factor. Somebody came on the show earlier and said, I'm Mr. Negative. What do you want me to say? You want me to sit here and blow sunshine and rainbows up your ass and say rah rah Raiders and oh it's gonna be better? It ain't gonna be better. We're 1-8. It don't get better. Negative is reality. The reality is negative. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and paint some pretty fucking picture for you and tell you, oh, it's going to be better. These draft picks, these magic beans that we have, they're all going to be Hall of Famers. They're all going to wear jackets someday. That's a good question, Yalo. That's a good question. Should AJ start next week? Should AJ start next week? What else do you need to see from Carr? The only thing that Carr is playing for right now is an audition for John Gruden. And he seems to be... Is he performing well in that audition? Considering the talents tore down around him? AJ's not going to fix it. That's not why I think you stick him in. You stick AJ in to see what you actually have in AJ McCarron. You don't stick him in. He's not the fix. He's not going to fix anything. If anything, that it would compound it. But you would want to continue to roll out who is supposedly your $125 million franchise quarterback. Do you continually want to roll him out under these circumstances in a team that's in this condition? Do you want to risk damaging him physically, damaging your quarterback mentally? There's a lot of different ways to look at that. It's Arizona next week on the road. Arizona is not a good football team. I would like to see Derek Carr play next game. I would like to see them go in and really hopefully put together a game plan and win a game in Arizona on the road against a very winnable team. Because it's possible. It's possible. Hell, it's even probable. But I'm looking at that schedule, and that's one of our last winnable games. Honestly. That we've got a really decent shot of winning. Unless there's some major turnaround in effort and execution on this team. So, 1 week at a time, let's see the Cardinals. Let's see the Cardinals. Unless effort and execution improves, no. What did you see today? 6 points. What game are you going to win in the NFL with 6 fucking points? Unless effort and execution improves, who else are you going to beat? You going to beat the Ravens? You got 2 games against the Chiefs. You got the Steelers, the Bengals, the Broncos. The Broncos are probably your only other really good shot at a win. I'm being realistic. I've watched this same team you guys are watching. Yeah, I want them to do well. I want them to win. But unless execution and effort improves, it's going to be very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. So, we'll see. Breathe. The funny thing is I wonder how many other people you got that looking at the thing like it's some Where's Waldo back there. It's... Oh, God. It wasn't as bad as I expected. The effort was better at points. The execution was better at points, but you can't finish a drive and you can't win games in the NFL only scoring 6 points The defense didn't play bad. They didn't play spectacular, but they didn't play bad. They didn't play bad. We'll see. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. It's just another loss. It's 1-8. It's just another loss. I just don't know what to say. We shouldn't be used to watching these again. We shouldn't be used to watching these again, but we are. Oh, that's cold. Have you seen me? That was cold, man. That was cold. That was straight savage. Straight savage with the dogging on my Madden. Straight savage. Oh, I should be more fired up after a loss like that. It's sad that we've become complacent with mediocrity again. With being in the middle of a rebuild. It's sad that we've become complacent again. We should be furious. But I think we're all just like, I've read this fucking story before. I've seen this movie. I know how it ends. It ends with a high draft pick and hopes and dreams that our magic beans are all that we hope that they be. Another waste of 3+ hours of my life watching really bad Raider football. It's not how I enjoy spending my Sundays, but it is what it is. I'm on to the rest of my evening, and I'm out. Thanks for joining me as always, our band of pirates. We appreciate each and every one of you. I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation!